watching Let's Chat.
We're glad to have you here with us, and we are happy to welcome back in studio for the first time in far too long. It's our buddy, Dr. Marc Cromie with the Chattanooga Allergy Clinic. Dr.
There you go,
C,
buddy.
how are you, sir?
I'm glad to be here with you. I missed you.
We missed having you here. We're glad to have you back here. And I wanted to begin with a look and a discussion about holiday allergies. Now, we hadn't had any pollen for a while, but still, you're seeing a lot of holiday allergies. Fill us in.
All right, so here's what happens, Chip, is these patients, make sure, there we are, we're back. It's been so long since we've been in the studio, I couldn't find the camera. All right, so here's what happens. As you alluded to, the pollen is gone. There's nothing outside to be allergic to, but our indoor allergy burden is becoming enormous because people are taking old stuff out of the attics. The ornaments are covered with dust and mold. They're bringing a live Christmas tree into the home. And here's the thing, the Christmas tree does not have pollen that we're allergic to. That's only in the spring when the gold dust is floating through the air. But right now, the reason we have allergies to Christmas trees that are live is mold. So typically within 24 to 48 hours after you bring a tree into the home, it dries out enough that the mold spores are released. So you'll see a huge amount of indoor mold spores from trees, especially if you're buying them and it's been a rainy season like we're having rain today. So we recommend that you take the tree, bring it home, put it in the garage, get a leaf blower, blow it out, make sure there's no squirrels in there, leaves and mold spores, etc. And then you can bring it into the home, and hopefully that will reduce the mold. But the other things are smells and perfumes, candles being lit. There's a poinsettia in everybody's home, and there's a cross-reactivity with latex for that if patients are severely allergic to latex sensitivity. So there's a lot of things out there, Chip, including food allergies.
I was going to ask you that. You're seeing a lot of food allergy reactions as we get closer and closer to the holidays. If you had to pick out the two biggest offenders for food, what would they be?
It's always going to be peanut or tree nuts, because those are things that are used in baked goods.
Right.
So they can be in cakes, they can be in cookies, they can be ground up on top of that souffle, you know, the candy yam souffle or the sweet potato souffle. It doesn't even look like it's walnuts, and that's where you can have accidental exposures.
So you should always keep your EpiPen handy.
Always keep your EpiPen handy if you have or have a loved one with food allergies.
All right, and also I want to talk about the similarity, if you will, between COVID symptoms and allergy symptoms. A lot of those overlap.
All right, so here's the deal. Typically, COVID symptoms are going to be similar to flu. There's going to be fevers, chills, aches. You're going to feel like you got run over by a truck. But there are some symptoms that can mimic allergies. And what I'm talking about is smells, loss of smell, congestion. Anybody with allergy suffers in the spring that get a sinus infection, they can't smell anything. So you can see this with COVID. Also, cough and sore throat. A lot of drainage from patients that have allergies. People with COVID will have a cough or a sore throat. So some of these are going to be confusing. So it's especially difficult in our allergy practice because we have patients coming in to get shots every day. They're all screened at the door. So we're looking to make sure they don't have fevers, they don't have any of the other typical symptoms of the COVID, and then hopefully we'll be free in our office.
How are you feeling about the COVID vaccines that are coming out? They are getting released this week in much of the country. It doesn't look like a huge needle, so it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be typically an inch to an inch and a half needle that's supposed to go into the muscle, so most people get them in the arms, and they will have some side effects of soreness at the injection site, maybe a little fever. Very safe. Now, there were 2 reported cases of allergic reactions that required epinephrine injection to make this go away in Europe. And what they found was they think it was related to one of the ingredients in the COVID vaccine. Now, the recommendations are if you have allergies to pollens, foods, medications, latex, or insects, you're fine. So for the majority of our patients, there's no need to worry about a reaction to the COVID vaccine. If you've had a reaction to an injectable medicine or a vaccine in the past, there is some warnings there that we should watch you. You can still get the injection, but that you should be watched in the office for at least 30 minutes to make sure there's not a problem. So the truth is, I hope this is a game changer. 56,000 doses have been delivered or to be delivered today in the state of Tennessee to be distributed. And hopefully these frontline workers will get them immediately.
And if you have any concerns about taking the COVID vaccine yourself, doesn't hurt to check with Dr. Cromie and the Chattanooga Allergy Clinic staff first.
That's right.
Hey, wish you a very Merry Christmas. Hope to see you before then. If you want to get in touch with Dr. Cromie, he's one at, how many offices are you up to now?
We're up to 9.
Nine.
We're opening Ottawa.
There you
Ottawa
go.
soon. Number 9, baby.
And number 9. Find them on the web. They're only a mouse click away. It's ChattanoogaAllergyClinic.com. Again, Dr. Cromie and the great staff, ChattanoogaAllergyClinic.com.